far?
So far, I can't say. Only thing that, my from last week, making my schedule and getting my routine set for my team, that went really good. Already have that effect this week, so that has been helpful, and it's been helping me help them like I wanted it to get their routines in place for the year as well. So taking that time and putting that together was really good. I got pretty much my year calendarized now.
Awesome to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and what would you like to work on today?
I don't know. Hold on. I'm thinking.
That's
I
fine.
actually don't know. I think, can I? You know what? I want to work on, I guess, just what'll be my motivation to be consistent with the gym.
Okay.
I say that because I just getting ready to get started. That started this week. I went once, did not go once, right? And because I started on Sunday, and but did not make it yesterday. I ended up working later today than I wanted to. So, but of course, this is some emergency things. But just want to make sure that I no matter what, that initial start when you start trying to work out. I want to make sure that I make it through that so that I can stay consistent.
So you would like to be consistent with the gym schedule?
Yes.
I'm not sure I understand.
And what is that in the background?
That's my Apple Watch. It's on everything I say.
So what is specific goal you would like to actually create to be consistent with the gym?
I think just getting, I think my big thing is make sure that I make an achievable goal.
And what does that mean for achievable goal?
Instead of, right now, I think I have myself set to Monday through Friday, you have to go to the gym. So it's in my schedule every day. And I'm just getting back started. So I think I need to make something more attainable that is easier for me to hold myself into, but that will do work for me, but also will not be too little that I'm not getting any results to start off.
I see. What is the minimum that you have to go to the gym in a week?
My minimum would have to be 3.
3 times.
Yeah, I would say in order for me to get any type of meaningful results, I would have to say 3, at least 3 times a week.
Then what is your maximum for the ideal achievable?
I mean, the max would be, there's only 7 days in a week, so 7 days. So
7 days.
The max, the max would be going every day, no matter what, so 7 days a week.
Okay. And what is the number, medium number that you still satisfy as long as you actually achieve it between 3 and 7?
I think, again, aligning with my goal that I just want something that makes sure that I'm going to see results. I would say actually 4 would be fine. If I dedicated myself to at least 4 days of my week, that would be fine.
Okay, and that is the 4 day is the happy number that you okay no matter what, your results come out, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, well that's close ended, but.
Yeah.
So how will we know if we actually have been successful by the end of the section to create a consistent plan for this?
I think for me, success would be identifying the 4 days that are non-negotiable for me to go to the gym. Well, actually, success will be identifying having a plan for the 4 days, but also knowing that if I miss a day, I have a day there that I can make up for it.
Okay.
Yes.
So if I heard you right, you would like to identify the 4 day, having a plan for the 4 days so you can actually achieve it with that result, no matter what.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And why is this important to you?
Just like, my health is super important. I mean, for everyone, but I think for me, part of me in being successful is having a regular workout routine. For me, I remember, just every time I've had a workout routine, it's helped me in every other area of my life, right? So I'm more successful. I have more energy. I'm more consistent because I have a routine there. It's helping me with other routines in my life as well.
So it's important because more energy for you, and you can also max out the rest of the factors in your life, so you can actually do more.
Yes.
Achieve more.
Yes.
That's great to hear. And then what do you think, or what do you believe you need to address in order to actually achieve this goal?
I think the first thing is identifying the days. And so right now, the first thing that comes to it is to achieve at least 4 days a week, and something that I know that I could definitely is making to take care of that business would be the 3 and then 1 day on the weekend, whether it be Saturday or Sunday.
I'm not sure, for some reason the connection's been cutting out, so I'm not sure I heard you everything, but I heard something you would refer 3 days during the weeks and 1 day on the weekend, correct?
Absolutely. And I said the 3 days that I would prefer would be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And
yes.
The last one, which day would be ideal for you?
Either Saturday or Sunday, but I would prefer Saturday.
And why you prefer Saturday?
Because Sunday is more of a relaxed day, and then Sunday evenings is more of a, mentally preparing myself and for my work week.
So Saturday would be ideal because just more still the grind on Friday, and you still have more energy to do so.
Absolutely.
Can you remind me of your specific time of the day that you gotta be at the gym?
The time that's most convenient would be to shoot for at least 5 p.m.
Okay.
But that's something I want to dive into, because depending on the day, now that I've started this year and I'm having, for instance, my coaching sessions with you, my peer clients, and I've also actually my group coaching, and then I've actually also taken on a new potential client. Those are going to be right in this sweet spot of between 6 to 8. So I am dueling around with the ability to give myself room that I can go anywhere from 5 o'clock as late as 8 o'clock.
So from the time frame from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. is the good time for you to go to the gym?
Yes.
And I believe, let's go backtrack a little bit to remind, so we actually can confirm the schedule, because you mentioned with me on the very first day when you plan out your daily basic schedule. I have you down here, as you mentioned, you get out from work around 3-ish, right?
Yep.
And you said you will commute and then try to be at the gym around 4 p.m. until maybe like an hour and a half. so you can go home and have your family time. Because you mentioned, because if you go home, it takes for you a long time to go back to the gym, so that's why you try to save time. How you think about that?
I thanks for that reminder. I think that will help me open up that window from 4. And so what I mean by that is between 4 and 8, those events that I put in there as part of my plan. So part of it was the gym. The other part was to make sure that I save some time for myself, personal time, right, with my family. And then I think it was like 9 o'clock or so that I needed to like start winding down and maybe read or things like that. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can move those things around, but the hierarchy on there for me will be, and like I said, what I didn't leave myself 100% room for was these coaching sessions. And so in order for me to infuse that in there, that's going to encroach at least 3 days to 4 days a week on that time somewhere. So if I can get to the gym at 4, get out by 5:30, then I can do my assignments and everything, or I can do my coaching anywhere from 6, like try to keep that sweet spot of 6 o'clock to 7, and then I'll still have a little time for home, and I can do that. But if something happens with me for work, I don't want it to be that, okay, now the gym is totally out of there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I have to stay later for work. I'm going to have to move those timelines back, and the one thing that I will approach on is my personal time.
Awesome. As long as you're aware of those time frame and you allow yourself to actually moving around, that will be great.
Yes, that's exactly what I want. So I'm giving myself grace by saying, hey, I'm not going to hold myself so accountable to actually being in the gym at 4. But I do, thank you for reminding me, I do want to start my window from there because my goal is to leave work by 3.
Yes. And we will get on that later. Let's see. So you mentioned that you start the gym on Sunday, which is the first of the year.
I did.
Let's celebrate on that. You already start a first day of the year with great motivations.
Yes, absolutely.
And how do you actually treat yourself when you achieve this daily goal, a small step you do every day?
I can't say. I mean, just personally, I just felt good about achieving it, right? Like I don't think I did any celebratory thing. I just personally feel good that I did that goal. So that's all I can really say. It motivates me in other ways, right? So for instance, I definitely, because I started in the gym, I'm working on like making better choices with food, about that. So didn't go out to eat that day. I make sure we cook a meal and drink lots of water, and I'm starting to do some of those healthier things for myself. I did go grocery shopping and getting vitamins and things like things that are going to be used to work out. So that did happen as well, but I can't say like I had some grand celebration. It was more of a just an internal gratitude with holding myself high for doing it.
And that's important because you have your own celebrations there with your feeling that you mentioned you feel good about it.
Right.
So that is what I would like to hear because it's really important, and you have that feeling, so it's motivate you the next time.
Right.
How do you remind yourself with something that someday we're so busy and we might forget things? So how you remind yourself, look at something and I'm like, oh, I gotta go to the gym.
I don't know. Not a reminder. So I think I told you I put that on my schedule. So that is already on my calendar. And I think did I talk to you about that? Well, kind of in the beginning, I told you I kind of set up my calendar for the year. That was not just for work; it was also for personal.
Yes.
So that is actually on my calendar. Like I said, today, what I just thought of was that I just want to make sure that I'm okay with those things after 4 o'clock moving around if they need to, just to make sure that I still get them in, but they might not be in the same order.
Yeah. Are you usually have to go home after work and change the workout, or you put the working clothes at the back of your trunk?
No, those already. I have a gym bag already in the back of my trunk, and I think if I remember, I told you.
Yes.
We actually have a thing in my gym. It's a gym in my apartment, but it's a full gym, and we have a shower and everything, so I can actually change right inside there and then go straight to the gym before I even go in the house.
Yes, so that is something that remind you when you open your trunk, it's already in there, so you don't have to run home.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. That's really productive. Let's see. And so far, you mentioned how many times you already been to the gym? One or two?
Once. I'm going tonight though.
Ah, that's great.
Yeah.
Then we have a 2 marked off the list, and you already, getting there.
Oh yeah.
You have 2 countdowns.
Right. But see, today was a prime example of did not get out of work on time to get there by 4 because of organic things that happened at work, right? So I got home literally just in time to take this call with you. And then after I take this call with you, I'm literally going over to the gym before I go home.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for doing that.
Right.
Let's see. So we have you already 4 days, and you're about to actually achieve one more time, which is already half the way, in order to be consistent with the gym. And you mentioned that, Monday, but today Tuesday, so you allow yourself to actually switch that schedule around to a different day.
Yes. And like I said, I think for me, something I had to think about that's super important, and that's why I did not want to say I'm going to go Monday through Friday, which is what I originally had sounded, is because again I work in retail, and it's an organic environment where things can happen that can throw my schedule off. So if something happens that I throw a day off, I didn't lose the week already because I've already messed up my commitment. I have alternate days that I can use, and I can just switch that out. So I wanted to start off, especially so I don't lose interest or feel defeated in any way. I wanted to make sure that maybe I don't have Monday through Friday as my goal, but 4 days a week sounds really good, that I can do throughout the 7 days, and then that gives me the ability to make adjustments if I need to, and still be able to meet my goal.
Yes, that is really important when you actually mention that, and the organic of the job that you actually work. It's sometimes it's out of control, and then you cannot, even though you put plans on the schedule. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go this day, but if you have that mindset, it's actually great to hear. So whenever something out of your control happens, at least you still achieve the ideal number that you mentioned. Is 3 is happy number, 4 even better, and 7 is wonderful. So you not feel overwhelmed that you're not achieving your goals, and you not push yourself too much actually doing the workout that you feel tired that day you didn't want to.
Right. Absolutely.
So I think aware of that feeling, it's really important for you, and when I know that it's actually better, so you don't force yourself to do something you don't want to.
Right. Yeah. Right.
That's great that you acknowledge of that.
Thank you.
And so far, since you put on a calendar, So oh, is it really difficult for me today to actually asking questions?
No worries. Take your time.
So I think we have the consistent you want 4 days. So how far, how we are doing so far with that consistent, or the plans that consistent with the gym we doing?
Sorry, ask that one more time.
How are we doing so far with the plans that consistent with the gym that you mentioned with the ideal number?
I think for me, I feel satisfied with the goals that we've just put in place. And again, just to reiterate, one was to have something that would leave me wiggle room to make adjustments, not only daily, but also during the week. So I have options to switch my schedule around in that particular day, but I also have options that if I miss a day, I have more days to still meet my goal for the week, which is 4. So in achieving those two things and working out something that I think is attainable, that I believe I have reached my goal by this plan that I have in place.
That's great to hear. I have a follow-up question. So it's just the mindset. You know, there's some time, it's like there's a week that you extremely busy and it's out of the control, and it's like running around and have no space for it. How you can actually make it up, or how you can actually make it up the day that you miss.
Knowing what I'm going up against, I don't think, for the most part, there's a week that I won't meet my minimum of 3 days. I just don't see that. One, because of the weekends, right? Like I can definitely double up there on a weekend or something like that. So I truthfully don't see a week where I just don't get into the gym whatsoever. Initially, like I said, what my goal for was today was to make something that's attainable now, to like basically get my mouth wet, so that I'm like starting to so I can build that routine and get that consistency going.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to build my hunger for the gym. I'm a gym rat once I get going, but just like everybody, if it's not a habit that I haven't been doing in a while, and I think I told you I haven't been doing it for several years, it's over 3 years, right? I need to build that back up.
I see. Well, it's challenging to after 3 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That I've done anything on a consistent basis like I've done before. Like I was very consistent with the gym, and so since it's been such years since I've been consistent, I don't want to I'm thinking with my mind of when I was in the gym all the time, and I can't think with that mind knowing that my motivation has to be different since I haven't been in the gym.
Got it. Well, that wasn't a great question to ask, because it feels like you was motivated, and then with that question, it's actually pushed you back a little bit.
No, I'm still motivated because I believe that the plan we put together is going to give me the room and the grace to build on that momentum.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Then how can I give you keep you accountable for this for next time if you want me to ask anything?
Biggest thing is to ask how my week, just like you do, ask how my week went, how many days I did. If I didn't make my goal, what am I going to do to make up for it? Do I have anything in mind on how I'm going to make up for it in the next week?
Okay. And you would like to want to be asked about how many days you did go to the gym, and how did you want to make up for it? And what else again?
And if I did not have a successful week, what am I going to do differently in the next week?
That's a great question. Did not reach. Awesome. And I think we have that. And how do you from 1 to 10, you 10 you feel confident, and like I said, 5 it's like not yet, and then 1 is nothing. Then where the scaling are you at right now?
Oh, I would say I'm definitely a high 9 on my confidence.
9, that's a great number.
Yes. Absolutely.
Awesome. And with that, we already knocked it out. And do you have any questions you want me to know or would like me to know?
No, that you've done a great job. You got me exactly where I wanted to be, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Then I'm looking forward to hear more from you with the gym section today, next week.
All right. No problem.
All right. Enjoy your good time at the gym and talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you soon. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.